What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, delarose.com. That's DELARROZ.com. Got my links in the description below if you want to check out my comics. I'd appreciate the support for the channel. We're one of the only places out here that highlights indie comics like this, and so I hope you will hang out. Hit that like and subscribe button, and be a friend. It's good stuff. All right, I do want to highlight this. This is Tales of the Mysterious Traveler, produced by Snyder and Ditko. So Robin Snyder is a longtime industry veteran, and he teamed with Steve Ditko for a number of years to produce his indie work. It's been coming out on Kickstarter forever, and there's still stuff that's, I guess, unreleased that is just seeing the light of day through these books as they come out. It's always a surprise what you get in here, and that's kind of nice. Like, they strongly believe in just having a surprise for the books rather than having a list of the contents inside like modern advertising does. It's kind of refreshing. Now, Mysterious Traveler is a Charlton title from back in the 1960s, and they continued the numbering here, number 36, from where Charlton left off. Neat stuff. And those stories were stories that you see this is the Mysterious Traveler, where Ditko had a narrator who was the Mysterious Traveler telling the wild tales of what was going on. So you see a couple of those in here, a couple of reprints from the old ones, but you also get some new stuff too. And it's a lot of fun. So you get a little talk here. Of note, and probably the most note, is Steve Ditko's Bat. And this is a 17-pager right here. Steve Ditko drew this apparently shortly before he died. It has not been published before, to my knowledge. And there's this character, the Bat, who's a vigilante hunting down gangs. Feels very much like another Bat character you might be familiar with from the 1930s. And I know that Steve Ditko is a big fan of Batman growing up and wanted to produce Batman at some point. I think he almost came close to drawing Batman with DC, but there was something that happened that made that not happen. So I wonder if this is just kind of a callback to his childhood here. He doesn't usually like characters with powers so much in his later years, from what I could tell. And this is a character who at least has a sonic scream acting. The Bat's always in the shadows, like 100% it's shadowed. Kind of a neat way to do things for the action sequences here. There's two mobs going at each other over this story. And you get a lot of classic Ditko mob art through here. Looks like a lot of his later year work. It's good stuff. And it's a lot of fun. Eventually, you know, these mobs use fear, so the Bat uses fear as a tool back and kind of gives them a little taste of their own medicine. It's fun stuff. Good stuff. Now, this is a reprint of one of Robin Snyder's stories, which is really cool. And I looked at the art on this, and you see a little like kind of EC Comics vibe here. It's about a ghost ship which is sailing the seas. The art is so phenomenal on this. Look at this beautiful drawing right here. This is top tier, top tier stuff. And the story's by, it is Al McWilliams. So this is one of the last stories that he illustrated ever in his life. Cool stuff. Now this is Flora the Explorer, and there you see the original sketch plus the design here. It's kind of like an Archie style thing. It was done for Archie. Then we get into reprints of some of the Charlton work that Ditko did. 5-page stories, absolutely fun stuff. If you haven't read these before, it's a great way to experience them real quick in an anthology like this. Here's a 90s deal, the spoilers. Who are going after littering in this case. Steve Ditko lived in New York, and you know, New York can get kind of dirty, so I totally get it. And then we get the Gray Negotiator, and this is pretty funny because there's it's kind of a villainous character, and they always talk about the shades of gray. Let's just compromise, have a shade of gray. And we see how somebody gets beat to a pulp because he should be compromising and giving the muggers everything. It's a nice witty piece here, you know, that details Ditko's subjectivism. And one more beautiful tales of the Traveler from like the old Ditko in the 50s. Gosh, I mean, this stuff really should be hailed more than it is. Look at just like the way the characters look here, just like the emotion. Phenomenal stuff. And then we get the man who never stopped bouncing, and this is something that came out of Robin Snyder's The Comics. Fun stuff too. I really enjoyed it. An old tale. Has to do with Hercules. And that's it. So a nice 44-page offering from Snyder and Ditko again. They do these on Kickstarter, and I don't know why people don't know about them. I mean, it's fantastic. I was so happy to see this Bat story, to learn that there are Ditko stories out there that we have not read yet, that have not been printed. Very cool stuff. I loved Snyder's offering for his own stuff too. And of course, the old stuff's good as well. Great mixture of stuff. And I wish they'd make more anthology comics like this. I wish people would pay attention to it. Pay attention. All right, hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.